Hey, welcome to Cephalon Cast. I'm Heldy.
And I'm still here.
For now, I haven't found your replacement yet.
Should probably keep looking. All right. So, as you know, the Sanctuary update came out this last week.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of I feel like a controversial update because it was bringing in Khora.
Khora was overhyped.
Very overhyped.
Very overhyped.
And for the fact, from what I know, of how much they were trying to rework her and delay her from being put into the game, she's really, I don't want to say like weak, but it's all of that work seems for nothing. I feel like after the hype dies down after a week or two, you won't really see anyone play Khora. If anyone has Khora within the next week or two from farming it.
Yeah. I mean, farming her's tied to the new mode, the Onslaught mode. But her drop rates are a little low, in my opinion. But she's borderline old school Oberon. And you weren't around for old school Oberon. Old school Oberon was trashed here. Mastery fodder Warframe. For the longest time, you had these hardcore Oberon fans that would play him exclusively, and they were alright, but they were getting carried 90% of the time.
So what you're saying is this is basically kind of like it's a bad Warframe, but you had a kind of cult following to it.
Yeah.
So it's basically the Room of Warframe.
The what?
The Room. The movie with Tommy Wiseau.
Oh, yeah.
Did not hit her.
I did not hit her. Oh, hello, Mar. No.
Hi, doggy.
Hi, doggy. So, yeah, I just... She's going to be one of those obscure frames until they rework her again. And I'm not sure... I like her concept. Like, I really like the concept. I wish the cat was a toggle and not a... It's up for this duration, because it's tied to her duration. So, how you would build her right now is like strength, duration, range. That's it. Like, I guess efficiency if you can fit it in there, but I don't see how you could. But the cat's pretty much useless. The whip is okay.
Well, now you're kind of upset because they took out the
Exalted Whip, yes. Yeah. The Exalted Whip is how she was originally, like, they teased her as, like, oh, she's going to have an Exalted Weapon, it's going to be a whip. Like, I was like, oh, yeah, this is going to be good. But no, that's not what we got. And I'm not upset at DE. They're allowed to make mistakes. Again, I think this frame was overhyped. And that's probably what most of the issue is. Like, the frame was overhyped. Like,
yeah.
It should have... I'm wondering, like, how the original, like, how she was originally designed. Like, what was wrong with her to the point where they were like, we need to rework her before we release her and extend her release date out, like, 4 or 5 months?
I mean, you start doing that, you kind of... Because of that, and it may have been a mistake on their part to bring it up before it was ready for release. I mean, but that's just...
You mean like, I don't know, Excalibur Umbra?
I'm just saying, like, you kind of tease them with it, and you're like, well, we need to rework it. It keeps getting pushed back,
Mm-hmm.
and meanwhile, everyone's just like, oh man, back there, it's I can't wait for this new Warframe to come out. I can't wait for this to come out. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be like really cool. It's gonna be lit, fam.
It's gonna be lit.
Yeah.
Well, like, we were in the middle of a content drought, and now we're not, apparently, because we got Warframe, 3 new weapons, and a whole new game mode that has, a leaderboard.
So it's gonna be more competitive than PvP.
Yeah, endless survival is more competitive than PvP.
Yeah.
So are you serious? Did you really get on and try to find a group for PvP?
I did.
And you're just by yourself?
Yes.
No one joined?
No one.
What time of day did you do it?
11 in the afternoon, or in the morning, I guess.
Yeah, no one's gonna be playing at that time.
I don't know. Some people don't have jobs.
Not us, though. We have jobs.
Just jobs at a very terrible time.
Yeah.
Yeah, But yeah, I went to the lobby and no one was there. And she's like, okay. And I left.
Nice.
But one nice thing that I've noticed, though, about the new game mode is that you get to experience the PvP maps without ever having to set foot in PvP.
Now, I'm not 100% sure on that. Those
I
are
am
PvP
pretty
maps.
sure those are PvP
You're
maps.
pretty sure?
I am pretty sure.
I don't think... Like,
That one that was just, you had scoreboards on both sides that looked like a football arena.
oh, yeah.
Or it's...
I really like that one. That was in the Kufa Fortress.
Yeah.
That was nice. It was open. I was playing Mesa, and it was just like, oh,
4.
I'm gonna stand right here, press 4. Oh, we're back up to 100% efficiency.
I mean, you want to talk about Ember over here being press 4 and kill everyone. I mean, Mesa's really...
I mean, yeah, Mesa. I'm worried that they're gonna rework Mesa, and I really don't want them to.
Yeah.
Like she's in a good place. They did do a slight rework with her, where it was because before, you've played Mesa, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You know how her 4 works. How like you get like that big reticule, and it has to be like within the reticule, right? Okay. It used to just be line of sight.
Okay.
If you can see the enemy on your screen, she can hit them, and that didn't decrease. It was just like that. So she was very overpowered whenever it came to that, and I'm pretty sure there wasn't a range on it either. So like
so you could
snipe
realistically
people without seeing them. So you could just pop up into little peacemaker turret mode, and then just rotate and kill everyone. Just fucking swing that mouse to the left, rotate the view,
So you're saying...
annihilate everyone.
Was that like when she came out, though?
Yeah. She was like that for a while, like close to a year before they put the reticule on her.
So Warframe can be released with that,
Yes.
and Khora has to get reworked.
Prior to
what
being released.
what was wrong with her? Like, I want to...
I don't know. Like I haven't been keeping up that much with the dev streams, but I'm pretty sure they reworked her because she was too OP, and that's never been DE's design. Like if they want all the Warframes to be OP. That's like until Khora was released. Currently, all the Warframes are pretty much like viable. And I don't know if she's like unviable or not, but she seems unviable, and that's the biggest issue with her. It's like she's like, why would you use Khora whenever you have the close to the same kit, if not a better kit with another frame? That was the problem that Oberon had. Where it was like his kit wasn't his own kit. He was just a worse healer than Trinity, and couldn't give energy back. So, yeah, he fell into obscurity with a cult following. And I don't want her to fall under that. So like I really hope DE listens to the player feedback, and they get something worked out with her, like do some tweaks or whatever real quick. But until that happens, we'll see.
I do kind of like that concept, though, that you brought up a little bit ago. If every Warframe is OP, is anything really OP at that point?
No, it's
If
just
they're
fun.
all equally OP?
Yeah, they're all fun.
Yeah.
OP is fun.
Yes, it is.
I like to run around and be a badass space. It fulfills that power fantasy that I always like to have in video games. It's better than like, I'm trying to think of a game where like you were at like a severe disadvantage.
Dark Souls.
Yeah, I hate Dark Souls.
Dark Souls is one of those games where it's tough, and I kind of feel a sense of accomplishment when I actually beat the thing, but I don't have the willpower to die like 20 times on each boss and make it through the game itself.
Yeah, here you go.
Just like Cuphead. I've tried one level of Cuphead and I gave up, and I'm glad to say that I gave it up because it's just...
Oh, see, Cuphead to me is fair. You just like...
Cuphead is like one of the old school,
it's old school Mega Man X.
Yes,
that's what it is. Like it's that like.
I recently, well, I say recently, within like last year, I bought like the Mega Man bundle on Xbox Live and went back to go play some of the Mega Man games. And like Mega Man 1 and 2, it's just
how fucking hard they were.
It's not forgiving at all.
No,
it's like, hey, you're gonna die. You're gonna die a lot. What's a checkpoint? But that's one of the things I like about Warframe. Like you were saying earlier, you know, it's nice to be OP. Like Warframe just lets you just sit down and start whacking shit.
Yeah.
Shooting people. Kind of like Diablo. I like just sitting down and playing Diablo because Diablo, you don't really need to put any effort into it. You just sit down and you go kill things. You follow the story.
It doesn't get hard until you're on
just,
like 200th riff or
I mean, you pick up items and you just go. Like again, Warframe's kind of that way. You spend the time to make more weapons to get weapons easier, right?
Yeah. It's your typical looter shooter where it's, you know, you loot stuff to get better stuff so you can loot stuff better.
Yeah. Not like Dark Souls where it's like, hey, you having fun?
Say my name, bitch. Say it.
But on the topic of weapons,
yeah, we got 3 new ones.
Yeah.
Came out with Khora, her signature weapons.
I did not see a whip in there.
A whip?
A whip. I expected one of her signature weapons to be a whip.
Yeah, really. Well, I expected her 4 ability to be her Exalted Whip, but you know, whatever. It's fine. We always have Excalibur and Ivara. It's okay. Let's go down. Let's see here. What do we get? The Hystrix?
Yeah.
The Needler knockoff.
I mean, just looking at this, yeah, I can see that.
So it's a crit weapon that you can change the base elemental status on the fly.
Well, that's kind of good.
It's pretty unique.
Yeah. A lot of weapons don't really. Are there any other weapons in this game that do anything like that?
No, this is the first one.
All right. And I kind of like that because that brings in a kind of new aspect to the game.
Yeah.
Experimenting more with, you know, different elemental damage types, making the combinations, you know.
Yeah, but it is such a crit weapon. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Base 36% with a 2.6 multiplier? Jeez.
Yeah.
And then its status is low. Like, how does that make sense?
Well, I would probably do this as a status build then.
No, I'd make it for a crit build and then have, like, 2 basic status.
Well, yeah, I mean, crit and status, that's what I would do.
Yeah. It's, you know, focus on crit.
I mean, the puncture's pretty high, too.
Yeah. Again, it's a Needler. Look at that. Like,
it is.
They've said before they've been inspired by Bungie and Halo. I mean, the Infested is basically the Flood.
Really, there's nothing wrong with that. Like,
no,
they were good games.
Yeah.
Up until Reach.
And I mean, Lefontis is basically the Gravemind, so I get to fulfill that fantasy that Halo never gave me.
Yeah.
All right, on to the next one. The dual carries, claw-like blades. They look good.
Yeah.
They're a dual sword.
I mean, yeah. What was the what were the ones that we got from the Gift of the Lotus?
Oh, the Daka. All right, so Dex Dakra, not Daka, Dakra.
Daka.
Daka, Clem, Krakata. No, so like they're okay. They're not OP.
Oh,
I mean,
no. I mean, they were decent, especially like they're giving you for free.
Oh yeah, that was like the main point of the Dex weapons, but
I mean, the Dex Barris is pretty.
It is pretty good.
Yeah,
but you had to pump like 6 Foreman into it.
It's a price I'm willing to pay.
Yeah, looks good. Did you know whenever you fire the Dex Sabaris, the muzzle flash is actually the Lotus symbol?
Yes,
it's pretty
I
cool.
did know that.
Yeah. So the dual carries, like, it's gonna be your basic attack speed crit weapon. Right?
Okay.
So like body count, berserker, 2 necessary mods, and that thing will probably scale well into end game content for sure.
Oh, yeah. And then you could also attach like the what was the last mod that you could buy for ducats this past week? It was the one that added the toxin.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean,
that's just good for
me. Add that to anyone.
Yes.
Just saying. But all right, on to the Velt.
Yes, the belt.
Yeah, the belt.
Don't make Dad get the belt.
So, good looking single shot rifle.
Yes.
Tied with Lutron Prime.
But still not as good as the Grimlock.
Well, yeah. The Grimlock's one of those guns where I'm like, I guess it's okay. I guess it's OP.
I've actually not used the Grimlock yet, so...
It has a Syndicate mod for it, which puts it kind of like a step ahead of everything else.
I mean, Syndicate mods are fun, though.
They are fun. They're very useful.
Like, Syndicate mod for Heck is just...
Oh, yeah, hella good.
I love it.
Again, if you don't have a Heck, you need to get a Heck.
Syndicate.
I tell every noob that.
Yep.
But it's more balanced than the Latron is, which makes it a little bit more useful in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, the slash damage is
whereas like
pretty good.
The Latron Prime is like puncture heavy.
Okay.
And it has next to no impact or slash damage. This one, you have a good amount of slash damage and then fair impact and puncture.
See, you know what I would do with this gun?
What?
Is I would use this gun with a Necros build to get that sweet slash so I can...
Oh, so you can desecrate again?
Yes.
Yeah, you like Necros. How's getting that Prime going for you?
I have more parts than I thought I had. And I don't remember getting these parts.
So like you have a full...
No, I'm still missing, I think, like the systems.
The systems?
Yeah.
Okay. I think they dropped from higher relics.
Yeah. Like I'm missing one of the parts from like the Miso relics, and then I need the blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
I have the neuroptics.
Mm-hmm.
I have the chassis.
Mm-hmm. So you're missing the 2 rare parts.
The neuroptics is one of the rare parts. The neuroptic drops from Axes. Yeah. But yeah, I still need to do a bit more farming for Necros
Prime. Yeah.
Yes.
So.
But yeah, so good slash damage, good overall. I mean, not gonna be top of the charts for...
No, but it's one of those weapons like you can make very viable just because it's... We're talking about the Velt still. It's one of those weapons you can just make pretty balanced.
Yeah.
And powerful because it's balanced. And you can take it into any...
Plus, you know, who doesn't like a good semi-auto? You're looking at me like you don't like a good semi-auto.
I do. Well, I mean, like, I don't like semi-auto as in, like, I like the Sabaris. I don't like the Latron.
I mean...
But I don't like the Latron because of the way its damage is put out. But
no, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But I think it'll be a good gun.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, from what I've seen, this is the only one that you build in the Tenno lab.
Yeah, the other 2 were from the marketplace.
All right, so if you want to get this, go build it.
Yep, it's very cheap to build. Like it's the resource required for it, at least for our clan. It's very cheap.
Very cheap because we have like 4 members. 2 of them are Hildy.
Like 6. But so yeah, how do you like the Onslaught mode?
Onslaught is pretty fun. I think they did a good job with it. Other than just like adding another just like kill everything endless survival mode.
Oh yeah.
They've
it's that focus farm that everyone's been begging for forever.
Yeah.
It's first 45 seconds every time you enter a new rift, you're farming focus. So, especially with a DPS frame like Mesa, you can just go to town, get the focus. I might actually be able to cap out my focus for once. In 5 years.
From what I've been seeing, a lot of people really like using Mesa in Onslaught, and kind of touching back on whether or not, 'cause Mesa got reworked. And if they would rework any frames, I could see another change with Mesa just because of how good she's doing in the in Onslaught. Maybe not necessarily the competitive side, because you can't take in your energy cakes in, and
you can't do that in the base mode either. Samaris will yell at you if you try to use your gear, by the way.
Yes.
He's like,
well, Samaris will also yell at you if you keep using Mace's 4th ability.
really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's like wave 2. Hey, maybe don't use that that ability.
Does he like punish you for it?
No, I don't think so. From what I've seen, I don't think it does. I think it's just dialogue that comes up like every couple waves. It's like maybe you use a different ability.
Okay, that's funny.
But I mean,
Nice little
are you
touch.
really gonna be doing? Yeah, like, are you really gonna be doing anything other than the 4th ability?
You
with
should
Mesa?
always have her buffs up.
Well,
Her 2
yeah,
or 3. Her 1's not good, but
but I mean, you don't hear.
3 out of 4 is pretty.
I mean, he's not yelling at me every time I apply Iron Skin.
Well, yeah, I guess that's the only ability that you're ever using.
I sometimes use 4.
You use roar.
No, not roar. 4.
4.
The stomp.
4. Okay.
I mean, I probably should be using roar.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're built for negative duration, it lasts for like 4 seconds.
Yeah.
You can get it down like pretty stupid low, which I mean, it's still useful, but
Yeah.
uh,
But I think that Onslaught, what I like about it the most is that you actually have to work to make it endless.
yeah, like you have to be good,
Yeah, well,
and it rates you too, which is awesome. Like fucking, we get in there, oh B minus, son of a bitch. Oh we got an A, yay. Oh B plus.
Yeah.
Damn it, like you're always striving for that S, that S rank.
which we are thinking is good. For all we know, S could stand for suck.
Pretty sure it's the basic video game
Principle.
principle. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
S. Now, if there's like a double S rank,
Oh,
we're not doing so.
we're not.
I'm pretty sure it just goes up to S though. But
I hope it goes up to S.
yeah,
Um,
but yeah, good way to farm relics. Good way to farm focus.
in Affinity.
And
Well,
yeah, I would not bring an unleveled weapon into that. Honestly,
but it depends on what you're trying to do.
I haven't tested it yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and say don't do that. my gut is telling me not to do that because enemies get strong real fast.
But if you only take like one thing in, but you have like a good frame, you might be able to like manage it. Okay, it's not the best Affinity farm by any means.
No, that would be a CAD on Eris,
No,
as far as I know.
No.
That and
I thought whatever you're using on Lua.
oh yeah. Lu is good for frames mostly.
Yes.
But as far as like until they changed Dark Sectors, which that didn't happen this patch, did it? No, Dark
I don't
Sectors
think
is
so.
still the same. Okay, but excuse me. But until they changed Dark Sectors, I still think a CAD on Eris is probably the best way to level weapons and frames together, because usually you can get it in like, you stay for 20 rounds, repeat that like 2 or 3 times, and I think you're maxed out. The defense on Luo is another alternative. My experience, you seem to level frames faster there than weapons, but yeah. And it's like, it's Grenier or Infested, so whichever one you prefer fighting.
Not Corpus.
I don't like Corpus. The nullifiers are still like, I like that they're in the game, because before that the Corpus were all pushovers. They were just horrendous, and then I think they added Bursts first. Bursts are a pain, and then they added nullifiers, which super pain.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really enjoy walking into a giant group of
random fucking bubble
and then just like, oh, I can't use anything.
yeah.
What about the guys on the rollerblades?
Yeah, I don't like those guys either.
Those guys are especially annoying when you're trying to do a transport or interception, whatever that one was.
The hijack?
Yeah, the hijack.
Yeah.
And you have like 17 of the
Yup.
roller boys coming at you.
Fucking wannabe speedy boys.
There.
Just rolling around.
Jamming
blocking-
your communications.
jamming your iron skin and your other buffs.
Yeah, it's.
I think I was playing Mesa. We keep going back to Mesa. I play her a lot.
You like Mesa though.
I like Mesa.
Mesa's we can both agree that Mesa's a pretty good frame.
Yeah, she's a pretty good frame. My favorite frame at this point. Used to be Valkyr.
I mean,
Valkyr's a close second.
Listen, it's no Atlas, but it's a close second.
You need to let Atlas go.
No, if I let Atlas go, he'll have no one.
So it's just you and Atlas?
Yes.
Gotcha. Well, speaking of Speedy Boys, I made a new account, right?
Yeah.
All right. You know, I'm trying to make a series for noobs, and I'm playing it through again just because I like that part of the game. I don't know why. It's just the kind of person I am. But anyway, for the first time, I picked Speedy Boy. I picked Volt.
And how was it?
Okay, so if you had to rank the 3 starter frames, Excalibur, Mag, and Volt. Volt is like medium, whereas Mag is hard,
Yeah.
Excalibur is easy.
I can see that.
You can see that? Like he's pretty useful early on, especially like for farming spy missions. Like, so what you're supposed to do early on is farm spy missions for the damage mods.
Yeah.
Like, in my experience, that's like one of the fastest ways to get it, and you don't have to like fight through Cetus. I guess you just have to go there and clear the node or whatever, but to get to the excavation, because excavation is another way to like farm the early mods. But as far as like Serration, Hornet Strike, Pressure Point, I got all of that in like 3 spy missions on Earth.
I mean, you could also end up like me
and just never
get continuity.
Oh, continuity. I'm trying to think. What is that?
Comes from tier 2.
Tier 2?
Missions? Yeah.
Tier 2 spy?
Yeah.
You can get in a different mode early on. It's like defense or survival.
I think you can get a broken one, a damaged, but not.
No, they give you a broken one.
Oh.
You get that one.
Well, listen, that's like the only one that I had for the longest time. It wasn't up until like a week or 2 ago that I got. I actually, I didn't get continuity until after I got Avara. So you know, Loki over here having his 8 seconds of invisibility, trying to get through corporate spy missions.
God.
It's just wonderful.
I'm still waiting for Bora to bring back Prime Continuity.
I'm
shocked,
will buy that.
With this past Boro, I guess the what is it? The Vandal Supra is what he brought. It's Mastery Rank 14 weapon. It's good.
Yeah.
It's a good gun. That's the only thing that he brought that was good. That he brought all of his cosmetics, which, you know, if you're into fashion frame, of course, go get those. But the Prime mods were the Bane mods. And I don't like them at all because it's way too much investment. You don't get that much out of it. In my opinion, there are ways around it.
Right.
Like, they don't add anything, in my opinion.
Yes.
But what else? He brought the
toxin for
that was last time, 2 weeks ago.
Well, I've not been on since he's been back. I should probably check that out.
You should probably check. I mean, if you haven't logged on, not a big deal. He didn't bring anything.
I don't have
good
any
this
ducats.
Week. You didn't have any ducats.
I spent all of my ducats on the toxin melee mod and the Sand of Inaros.
We haven't run for relics in a minute either.
But we should probably.
I was gone for a week. You've been on night shift.
Touching back on Onslaught here for a second.
Yeah.
You were saying that the relics that you do get from Onslaught are special relics.
They're not okay. So
right?
I think a couple of them are, and then a couple it's such a wider range of relics. Like, why don't you pull it up? We'll look at it because it's pretty big. Rewards, there we go. So you get everything but Axie, right? This also, it's a decent endo farm, I guess. You get like,
I mean, you have a chance to get it, but
yeah, that's true.
Endo farming, there's a few more places that are way better.
Yeah. Pull up the hard one.
I mean, we're doing easy, but
I know we're doing easy. We haven't tried hard yet.
But it looks, looking at this list, your hard ones drop radiant versions.
And they also drop the couple Vandal weapons to build and stuff.
But I mean, that's very low chance.
Well, yeah, I understand that.
Like super low.
Also, peculiar mods. It's neat.
I have not looked into those.
You have not looked at that?
No.
Okay, so peculiar mod. Whenever you get a crit on the enemy, it'll sprout a flower.
Oh, this is what you were saying.
That's peculiar bloom.
They're kind of appearance mods.
Yeah, they're fluff mods. Like it's just.
But do they cost? I mean, other than taking up a mod slot, are they going to cost?
I think they do. Why don't you click on it?
Yeah,
I'll
see what's up on this one. But
yeah,
drain of 7 at rank 5. At this point, and this is a Warframe one, not just a weapon, but
yeah,
I feel like you're not running your Warframe properly if you have open slots to put in flowers.
Yeah, and it's a dash mod.
I mean, it's probably good for the people that, have way too many mods set up and just.
I mean, I'm not against having it in the game, obviously. No. Like whatever DE wants to add.
Yeah, I mean, it's not game breaking, but it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, I probably won't use it, just because I have other things I could put in that slot.
Yeah, and unless it's springtime, Easter events going on, I have my rabbit rhino, and I'm trying to make things more.
Yeah, but at that point, I would kind of expect, because this is the first time they've done appearance mods, right?
Yep.
I would expect an Easter appearance mod that shoots carrots out of a shotgun.
Oh yeah, that'll be interesting. Okay, so I hope this is just like their trial. Yeah. Obviously, I'm sure they're going to do much more with this. I really want them to add another a cosmetic slot. That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be really cool. And then they could, I mean, if they wanted, just ideas, if they wanted to limit it, you can have your year-round events where during Easter you're able to use these mods, but after Easter you can't use them.
Yeah, that would make sense. But it's also an Exodus mod, so it's I'm replacing Power Drift to equip that. Power Drift's pretty good.
Yeah.
Cunning Drift, we're talking drift mods, sprint speed, that kind of stuff. You're handicapping yourself by equipping this mod. Much like, you're handicapping yourself if you use Khora as opposed to any other Warframe.
Right now.
We'll see how she turns out in a week or two.
Let's give Dee a chance to address some of the concerns from the public. I mean, they've already messed with her 3 times already, so you could always...
Twice.
No, twice? I thought it was 3 times.
No, they need to do it a 3rd time because apparently
I mean, 3rd time's the charm then.
Well, we'll see.
Hopefully. But yeah, so... Are you saying that Khora is the worst Warframe right now?
At present, it seems to be. Like I said, I haven't touched her. She looks good. She's pretty. She's a pretty girl, but...
She has an attitude.
She does have an attitude.
Do we just want to address some of that right now? Just get that out in the open? What I feel like Dee was going with Khora.
Clearly a dominatrix.
Yes.
I mean, they should have called her the Mistress of Whips or something like that.
Yeah.
What was it?
I don't remember.
They call her... Space Bomb referred to her as a mistress. And she has a cat.
And a whip. Well, not anymore.
And she has an ability called Strangle Dome, which I'm convinced is meant to mean auto-rock asphyxiation. Just saying.
Yeah.
And she looks like she could be in her own burlesque show. But...
there's nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing wrong with that at all.
No.
I'm just saying. I wish she was better. I was a little more than just excited for her. Like I
Did you get on the hype train?
I did get on the hype train. But I mean, I've been on the Excalibur Umber hype train for forever.
So
and I'm really hoping they don't let me down with that.
I mean, I think it's nice to have a little bit of a different perspective because like I came in and joined. I had no idea that they were developing another Warframe right now with Khora. So I didn't know until you had mentioned it like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was in the dark, so it wasn't. This wasn't something that I was like, man. Only like 3 more weeks until this comes out. I can't wait to play this awesome new frame.
Well, okay, so you've been playing the game for 2 months now.
I actually, once I log in today, I'll hit my 50-day mark and I'll get that little booster.
You get the booster and it's a catalyst, right?
I don't know.
I think it's a catalyst. It's a blue potato catalyst.
Okay.
So, yeah, she's been. I want to say she was teased like way back in November.
That long ago?
Or was it longer than that? Because I want to say they teased her and then Haro came out.
Okay.
Yeah. And Haro came out like last October. And he has his own story quest. So she's just been... Like, there's no quest associated with her. She's just like Ivara, where it's, you go farm her. Right?
Yeah.
But... Yeah, I want to say like she's been in development for a long time. They just haven't gotten her right, and then they released her, and I don't think the community's satisfied with her current state.
Well, does Warframe have a beta test that they send out that players can join in to kind of test these new ideas, or is it all in-house?
I'm pretty sure it's all in-house.
So that can, I've seen. With other companies, such as like Blizzard, when they try to do that with their in-house testing, they don't make the right decisions most of the time. It's not until they release it to the players that the players
and then they
and in all the players' infinite glory and creative wisdom figure out how to break a boss in the first like 3 minutes, and it's like, oh,
yeah.
I think if they would have, I don't know if they have. So if they have, then this is completely mute. But if they didn't, I think it would have been nice to kind of have it like beta tested with other players that don't necessarily work for the company and outside.
Like, well, hey. I know a couple YouTube channels that I watch. They're I forget what the term is. They're like day one release. They got her a couple days ago and were able to like
early access basically.
Early access, yeah. But they get it all for free.
Okay.
Because they highlight different things for the community and they give back to it. So DE appreciates that, and they
acknowledge them.
They acknowledge them, and they give them stuff a little bit early so they can review it. Basically, from the videos that I've seen, they're like, the weapons are spot on. They're super great. Look at this Cyandana that comes with her. Really cool. She's not that good. It's like almost like they lead up with like, oh, it's good. Yeah. But yeah. I mean, we'll see if she gets the Oberon treatment, but
yeah.
Well,
look forward to see if they change her.
Yeah.
I mean, by the time I get her, they'll probably have changed her.
Possibly.
Like, I don't know.
I'm not gonna farm her anytime soon.
Yeah, I'll do Onslaught. Not necessarily for her, but
no, just because it's fun.
Yeah. But I'm not going to buy her with plat. Like,
no, don't do that. Not like you bought that Banshee. Yeah, don't think I didn't forget that.
Listen.
Yeah, mistakes were made.
I know. I didn't mean to.
You didn't mean to.
Yes. Pretty sure we had this conversation last time.
Oh, that's right. You went to buy her.
I wanted
Blueprint.
Yeah, this was the first time that I was buying a Warframe Blueprint, or just completely like the whole thing out of the Tenna Lab. And when I saw the parts, and I didn't realize the base research for that was the Blueprint.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't click. So I bought the neuroptics, the systems, and the chassis. And I'm like,
great. And then you bought the frame.
I need the Blueprint. So I go to the market and I search up Banshee, and I'm like, so Blueprint, buy. And then it wasn't until after I hit purchase that I realized, That's not the blueprint. This is for the entire Warframe. It was an honest mistake, and I've learned my lesson.
Well, that's good. That's good that you learned your lesson.
But still, hey, I would have. I was gonna spend some plat anyway, speeding her through the build. I was having issues with the Master Rank 9.
Which one was that? Is that the stealth kill?
That's the stealth kill. So I was having
you
issues.
You have to do that one with melee stuff.
Yeah, and you know what I did?
What?
I took the Redeemer, and I shotgunned everyone to death.
Yeah, the Redeemer's automatically silent.
No, you have to use.
They changed that?
Yes, they changed that.
Oh,
you have to use Banshee
it used
to
to be silent. It was loud as shit, and it was silent. But if you have Banshee, it makes it silent.
Yeah, and you walk up and you shoot them in the back of the head. And
nice.
At the end of that, like the third stage, when you have the 3 walking towards you on the middle platform, you time it perfectly. You can kill all 3 of them with one shot.
Nice.
Yes. And I don't know. I just had trouble with that. Like the first time that I did it, I practiced it like for like 2 hours straight. And I was like, I got it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I get into the test. I immediately screw up on the first 2. Like, so I had read that you could get on one of like the tall platforms and you would not be seen. That is a lie. I was crouched.
You were crouched?
I was crouched. I was seen and shot.
Huh.
And then the second time, I killed the first dude. Ran up behind the second dude, killed him. Trying to run at the third dude, but hit the wrong button, slid in front of him, got shot. So
nice.
Last attempt, I'm just like, man, I better get this. I get to the last enemy on the last stage, and I was like, don't screw up. Don't screw up. I jump, and then I hit the slide button on accident, and I go sliding in front of the dude. I'm headed toward off the platform.
Yeah.
So I was kind of hoping that I would reach there and reset it. No, he shot me before I fell off. So first time I got locked out of a master rank test.
Master rank 9.
Yeah.
Aw.
I'm not a good player.
You're getting better.
Yeah.
We'll get you there.